Last month I took all of my blushes and swatched them on paper to catalog them and see if there were any overlaps between shades. I loved it. It was so much fun. It was so informative. It helped me see what shades I have more of. I'm upping the ante and I'm doing it with all of my eyeshadows this time, all 237 of them. Obviously, this is a lot more complicated than the blushes because I'm dealing with a lot of different colors and just way more eyeshadows in general. So I prepared for this video a little more than I did the first time, and I pre-made the grids. I'm choosing to put 64 eyeshadows on each page, and I should be able to fit everything on these 4 papers. I also put numbers in the corner of all of them, and then I have the eyeshadows split into color families in a spreadsheet. What I'll do is start with white and black, and then I'll move into gray, silver, gold, yellow, orange, red, pink, purple, blue, green, and then end it with all of my bronzes and browns. This is likely going to take a lot longer than the blushes, so I may have to speed through some pieces of it, but yeah, I just think it would be good to be able to see all of my eyeshadows swatched out at once. I'm using computer paper this time, and what I did is I folded them into 64 compartments, drew the lines so that there was a more perfect grid, and then put numbers in the corner of all of them. If you'd like to see how I did it, I did something very, very similar for the blush catalog video. I'm going to focus on the first paper. Surprisingly, I only have one white eyeshadow and one black eyeshadow. The white is this single from Ulta called Pure as Snow, and the black shade is Boaz from the Sydney Grace Enduring Love palette. I'm really not sure how the white is gonna show up on paper. It's probably not gonna look like anything. Yeah, that's fine. I don't know what I expected. That black is a lot more pigmented than I thought it would be. The next category is gray, and I have 10 shades. Tarte Trance, that's a single. I don't know if they make that anymore. Sydney Grace Crescent Moon, Wonder Skin Ash, which is an eyeshadow pencil. Vive Supermodel, Vive VHS, and Vive Whatever. Sydney Grace Albert, Sydney Grace Passion, Huda Beauty Precious from the Rose Quartz palette, and then Nocturnal from the Shroud Arcana palette. Next up, I have 5 silver shades and 13 gold shades. So I'm going to swatch those all out and then show you what they are. Okay, some of these more chunky shades that normally look really beautiful aren't really adhering to the paper, likely because it's just a dry piece of paper. So there really isn't much to adhere to. I think what I'm going to do is put a little bit of the NYX glitter glue down and then put the eyeshadow on top of that. Yeah, that's much better. Next up are yellows and oranges. Okay, I'm already starting to feel a little bit in over my head. So I think what I'll do is I will put the sheet up and then put the shades. This is a multichrome from Cliona called Light Fast. The base is blue, but the reflect is red. And I chose to consider this a red, even though it could probably be considered under multiple categories. And you'll see that in some future shades as well. They could pull either way, but I just chose one. I tried to use the glitter glue for the mattes. This is NYX Cougar, which is a single, and it made it really patchy. I don't think it helped. I don't think it looks nice, and so I haven't been using the glitter glue for the mattes, just for the shimmer shades. And let's just acknowledge how beautiful this red color here. This is Enchantress from the Shroud Cosmetics Arcana palette, which I've had for several years, and that color looks beautiful. I don't really wear a lot of reds anymore, but I'm glad I have this. According to my spreadsheet, I have 41 shades that could be considered pinks. So it's essentially going to be its own paper. I have 3 spots left on this paper, and then I'll move on to the next one. I'm not even halfway through, and it's been, I don't even know. I don't know when I started. It's likely been over an hour. Okay, so these are the rest of the pinks. I only had 40 pinks. I thought I had 41, but one of them turned out to be a purple, so that's gonna be for the next section. I have 27 purples and 21 blue shades, so I'm just gonna keep trucking along. I'll do check-ins throughout. For the amount of time that I'm putting into this, I am glad to see that the results are Super pretty. I'm also surprised to see how many blues I have. I didn't even realize I had this many because that's one of my least used shades. Also, my husband came in and seemed a little confused about what I was doing, but what's new? I'm always doing weird stuff. You'd think he'd be used to it by now. Next up is greens. I have 33 green eyeshadows. It's one of my favorite shades to wear. I actually just recently did a green eyeshadow tutorial. It's my peaches and green look. I'll have that linked in the cards. I think this is gonna be my favorite paper because I am visually drawn to blues and greens, even though I don't wear blue too often. Okay, I'm in the home stretch, sort of, but I'm winding down. I'm getting a little tired. These greens are gorgeous though. This is a very beautiful paper. And next up I have bronzes. There are, I think, 6 of them. And then from there I have 50 browns. And then I will be finished with my catalog. Okay, onward. All right, we're inching towards the end. I know I've been joking about this taking way longer than I thought and having to muscle through, but I really have been having a lot of fun, especially with these browns. I understand that most of my browns have slightly different tones to them, but getting to see them all next to each other like this has been so helpful. And it has been a relatively relaxing activity, just getting to sit here and really play around with color. And I am literally dipping my fingers into every eyeshadow that I have. And this has helped me better understand which formulas are feeling drier, which ones are surprisingly nicer than I thought. A lot of these I'm like, ooh, I'm rediscovering them. I'm like, ooh, I need to wear that again soon. But overall, I have had a lot of fun and I'm learning a lot too. I have 2 eyeshadows left. Relic from this Arcana palette and Cocktails from the Give Me Glow Juicy Olive palette. I think this could technically be a part of the green category as well, but it's so dark. I feel like it belongs with the other really, really dark shades in this section. And if you're wondering how I've been cleaning off my finger between swatches, I've just been using a micellar water and a towel and just kind of like wiping off in between each swatch. All right, now I'm gonna move all my eyeshadow palettes out of the way and show you the 4 pages side by side. I don't think I'm gonna be able to fit all of these in here. There we go, close enough. Look how beautiful this looks. Oh my goodness. This is even prettier than I thought it was gonna be. Oh wow. Like I said, I will show pictures of all of these with their labels so that you can see what shade is what. If I were to do this again, I would divide them into mattes and shimmers. So if I were to have all the oranges, I'd have all the orange mattes and then all the orange shimmers together and kind of divide them that way. But even so, being able to fit them all onto 4 pages makes it a lot easier to digest and compare shades. Yeah, so learn from my experience of doing this. 1, use a glitter glue for shimmery shades. They adhere to the paper much better and they seem to be a lot more true to what they would look like on your eye if you were to use a glitter glue. 2, make sure you have a giant towel and some micellar water or something handy so that you can easily clean your fingers between takes. 3, have some YouTube videos or some music or a podcast or something to listen to in the background. 4, maybe split them between matte and shimmers just to make them a little bit more cohesive throughout the swatches. And the last one, try to fit as many shades on a piece of paper as you can. It's going to be a lot easier for me to actually reference these and use them and compare them and use these in the way that I want to because I have them all on 4 pages instead of having them spread across like 10 pages. I'm likely going to store them in a plastic bag like I do for my blush swatches. And this is going to be great for very specific eye looks that I want to do, or if I am looking at a new eyeshadow palette that I am thinking of getting, I can look at what sorts of shades are in that palette and see if I already have something like that. So for example, I likely don't need any purple or pink palettes. I don't need any palettes that are brown heavy or even green heavy. Like, I think I'm good. And even if I have like what maybe could be perceived as a gap in my collection. For example, I don't have a ton of reds. Most of them pull relatively pink. I don't have a lot of true reds. I should keep in mind that that is kind of by design. I don't like how reds look on me. That's not a preferred shade for me. And so I don't have any, and that's fine. That means it's not a gap after all. Anyway, I so appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. I am not sure if it's as exciting to watch as the blush cataloging video. I think that one was a lot more immersive, or I just kind of brought you along with me. For this one, it took so long that the footage would have just been way too much. It just wouldn't have made sense. And maybe you don't want to do this for all of your shades, but maybe you just want to do it for one. Maybe you're feeling like, ooh, I don't have enough green eyeshadows. And so if you actually go through and swatch them out together, you might be able to see more clearly whether or not that's the case. But yeah, that's it for today. I'm gonna go eat dinner, but I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining me like always, and I will see you in my next video.